that wouldn't even be right, unless harass that poor child. She's still the talk of the town. So let's listen to a little bit of what she had to say. Hold on, let me bring this up here. Let me bring it up. I got it. There we go. We're going to listen. I'm going to pause this, make it bigger. Here we go.
I think we're better when we're spaced out. I think we're also better together. So I think we've done a good job just continuing to better ourselves so we can be better together. Both of us cleaned up on things and got better, more efficient around the basket, and just being able to put confidence within each other. Just Camilla's smile, she might not say much, but her smile is still contagious, and I feel like it feeds off a lot of energy to me and everybody else. So I think we just been doing a great job just continuing to build off of each other, and I know great things can happen. I think we're better when we're spaced out. I think we're also better together. So I think we've done a great job just continuing to better ourselves so we can be better together. Both of us cleaned up on things and got better, more efficient around the basket, and just being able to put confidence within each other. Just Camilla's smile, she might not say much, but her smile is still contagious, and I feel like it feeds off a lot of energy to me and everybody else. So I think we just been doing a great job just continuing to build off of each other, and I know great things can happen.
So basically, Angel was just talking about Camilla and being able to feed off of her. She pretty much didn't want to. She pretty much shut. Well, I'll say the staffer shut down anybody asking her anything that wasn't a basketball question. Which now the staffer wants to call itself helping Angel Reese, y'all. I don't know what to say. I'm gonna play another clip. Hold on, y'all. So she was talking about her and Camilla and actually, just being that she think they can work together on and off the court. She was intentional with that statement. Here we go.
So I just had a question. During All-Star break, you mentioned one of your goals is to be all WNBA defensive team. And fours and fives in the league, as you always talk about, are very strong players. But you look at a matchup like this one against Asia, you limited her in the last matchup. What do you think kind of goes into just like the success you had in that last matchup?
I think that just goes to where I'm from. In Baltimore, the person in front of you is not supposed to bust your ass, like, respectfully. So I kind of take it personal, like, Asia's a great player, and giving that respect to her, giving respect to AT, the B's in the league, like, I don't want them to bust my ass. Yeah, they're going to score. Like, they're good basketball players. They're MVP candidates for a reason. So I just take my matchup really seriously because they're also a team as well. When I can stop the best player and then force them to have to play with the other players, which are also great players as well. So just trying to set the tone with my defense, and I know it'll trickle off everywhere else.
Also in that clip, y'all, just to let y'all know, she made she pretty much gave an homage to Baltimore, to where she from, and the way they roll. They don't care who's good and who's not. They trying not to get their ass bust from anybody that's in front of them. So that's you heard her. My thing is this, guys, and we're gonna play some of the post game. Angel making a conscious effort not to talk about anything other than basketball. I think this is pretty much the Angel we're gonna get for the rest of the season. What you think, Tony?
Well, I'm almost certain that's the Angel we're gonna get the rest of the season, right? Mm-hmm. There's 2 games left. One being Vegas again, the Aces again, mm-hmm. and then you run into New York. Mm-hmm. The safest thing for Angel right now is to do just what she did today, right? Mm-hmm. Stick to just the basketball questions. Spend the most of your time attempting to elude some of the questions where they're trying to put her in what we would call a trick bag. Mm-hmm. She's very smart. She's brilliant. She knows what she's going to say before they even ask her the question. So she's very diligent in her words, and her words are very profound. And of course, they mean a lot. As you can see, she can't say anything without the vitriol of someone, some said person, or even that of her own organization. But it's important that she spend the rest of this time here just eluding some of the questions that they may ask her. She did really good with the PR person who was assumingly there last time, but didn't step in and kind of try to kill some of this bleeding that's happening now. Tried not to open the wound, but of course he did, and now there's a overflow of blood just being spilled at this point. And right now it's just best that Angel do her job to kind of take and try to patch up as many plugs as she can at this point, but never ever will I expect her to not be herself. Right. Like she said, she's from Baltimore. That's who she is. She'll spend the time while playing to work hard and not allow her opponents to bust her ass as much as she can. She will fight to the end, right? But to me, there's nothing with asking the same of your teammates. And I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that that's not what her teammates are attempting to do. I'm just saying you can't hold someone accountable for speaking truth, right? Mm-hmm. So you're holding her in such a way for speaking truth, like bear down. My thing is, what are we bearing down for? But again, let's take this opportunity, 2 games left, and just coast through your interviews the best you can. Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm doing it.
Hey, bro, Claude, you think she was being intentional, making reference to a hometown, and it's almost like she was trying to say, like, you know, Chicago is supposed to be known for this grit, Baltimore is known for this grit, but I guess my type of grit is not celebrated here. What you think?
I was one of the ones that peeped it, right? Mm-hmm. She intentionally said Baltimore and where she's from. She intentionally said that in reference of where is her home. Her home is in B-More. She made a reference to that on purpose to let people know whatever goes on, this is who I am, and this is my, and this is what I do. No matter what team I play for, this is who I am, and my makeup come from my home and how I played at home, being able to be coming through the lines of games and the lines of play and the reference of how I had structure and being who I am comes from Baltimore. So I would say that not only was she intentional in saying that, she understands that she has an open enemy. She understands that she has an outright enemy.
Yes.
And it's not just the ones on the outside. She has an enemy on the inside. But a great man told me this, ladies, you play your enemies. That's right. You keep your friends close, but you play your enemies and pull them in closer. So therefore, I don't want anyone to panic that the enemy is close and it's within and they have revealed themselves to her. That's an advantage for her because now Angel knows exactly what is going on. She don't have to figure it out no more. She don't have to try to say, well, this maybe not like this, so let me not be overly attentive to it. But she now knows exactly the moves that she has to make with the people that's around her. And the question that was asked was strategically answered, and she did just right.
Amen. I agree. I think my grandmother always said, when you know where people are coming from and you know how they're coming at you, you could prepare better than with all the smoke and mirrors. And sometimes it's best to know who is for you and who's not for you. But that doesn't mean you have to blow the whole world up. That just means I know where you're coming from. And I like it that way. I don't like to be blindsided. So it's a learning it's a learning opportunity for Angel, and I think she's gonna learn from it, especially because anytime you're dealing with organizations, you're dealing with especially this one, you're dealing with a whole bunch of snakes. But hey, we about to get to the post because everybody knows the Chicago Sky lost to the Aces. I don't think anybody had them winning the game, but just so y'all know, the Chicago Sky lost to the Aces without Angel. And we're gonna play right, the Skyfall. We're gonna play some of the post game with the players. Let's get to it, bro.
Let's get to it.
Let's get
Come on,
to it.
player. Come on with it.
All right.
In rebounds, you also dominated second chance points, but it kind of was the fast break points that seemed to be a bit of the issue, and of course the turnovers. How do you kind of look at this game, especially when you had so many players out, looking at what you guys did well, but didn't go well?
Yeah, I mean, I thought the second half we did really well. We took care of the ball. We only lost the half by 1, if my math is correct. Won the fourth quarter. And so those are the things that helped us. Most of their fast break points were because of the turnovers. So if you consider that, it's good. And that's the type of momentum that we want to bring into the next game since we do play them again.
Question for either of you. What do you think has been the biggest culprit of the turnover issue? I know we talk about that a lot in this pressers, but just what do you think is the biggest culprit?
I think sometimes just not being on the same page at times, or like some people's pace is faster than others and vice versa. And so just our timing is always, not always, but some of the times it's just off. It just kind of puts us in tough positions. And then trying to obviously get the ball into the post. Obviously, Camilla is a great player. Angels is a great player. Elizabeth is a great player. And so we want to expose those mismatches, but sometimes we may have missed windows as guards, puts us in tough positions. But yeah, it's something that we continue to, struggle with, but need to get better at. Like you said, we definitely did better in the second half. And we do things like that. You can see how well we play, and we get so many different possessions and shots on goal in that possession. And so, yeah, I think that's probably one of the best things for us.
I didn't know if Tristan was playing, but Camilla had 15 rebounds. Sorry, I got thrown off.
It's okay.
I feel like her attention to rebounding has maybe improved. Have you guys noticed that?
Yeah, I mean, she was a menace on the glass, to be honest with you. I think offensively, she's so tough to box out with her length. And I think even when she might not necessarily get the ball, if she was sealing hard, she'd be in position to get some of those rebounds. So I think she did a good job of that, especially offensively. I mean, 7-0 boards is pretty wild.
Just ignore.
These last few games, you've been really aggressive, looking for the shot, getting downhill. What do you think has been like the biggest change from the beginning of the season to now?
Maybe it was my confidence. I think that, in the beginning of the season, trying to figure stuff out, new system, putting me in different positions, which I really do appreciate Tyler for doing that, putting me as 4 to 3, having that versatility, but just really having confidence in myself. I think that stems from obviously reps and work and trusting the work that I put in as well, and also just seeing where the team needs me in that way. I think that I'm better when I'm aggressive. I think that the team is better when I'm aggressive as well. And so yeah, just the confidence I think has definitely raised.
For both of you, this has obviously been like a challenging couple of days for the team. How has Tyler supported you guys?
He's consistent. I mean, even from the very beginning when things weren't, going well, he's been extremely consistent. I think that's one thing that I really respect him for as a coach and as a person as well. So he's been very consistent in telling us that he believes in us, he supports us, he's there for us. And so he's been honestly the constant in such a season of chaos for us. And you always want a coach who believes in you from the very beginning, even when things are going well, things are not going well. So I really respect and appreciate Tyler for that.
Yeah, that's really well said. Yeah.
Anybody else? Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you.
I'll be next.
Okay.
And honestly, the concept.
There's some things to unpack there, but I'm gonna start off this before I get to my people on my panel. First of all, this game that they was talking about, they lost the first quarter and the second quarter. They won the third quarter. Nope, I take that back.
Nope.
Let me start over. They lost the first quarter. They lost the second quarter. They lost the third. The only quarter they won was the fourth quarter. Let's start there. Then they had 17 turnovers, which the turnovers have been a theme all season that has never been corrected. That's point number 2. The number 3 is Michaela Onyeabor is out here glazing, and I'm gonna say it. This is my soliloquy. She out here glazing, talking about Tyler Marsh has always been there for them through all the chaos and all the turnovers that they continue to do game after game, losing every quarter of the game, game after game. He's been there for them, and she's okay with him moving her from the 3 to the 4 and back and forth. But when she gets her confidence, which it seemed like she's just not getting her confidence in the last, what would we say, 2 or 3 games, she out here glazing that Tyler Marsh has supported her through all of this. But however, she is just not getting confidence with playing the 3 position, which she should have been playing since the beginning of the year. But one thing she can give Tyler, he's supported her through the whole thing. Let me just say this. I have support for my mother. She's my mother. She came to this world. Part of her job in this world was to support me. She is my mother. But if I wanted to go play basketball, she will support me through it, but she can't get me through it. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Easy.
So yes, it's okay to be supported emotionally. I guess that's what she's trying to say. But this is the problem with E. Will and Michaela. Tyler Marshall was supposed to, as a head coach, he was supposed to support y'all emotionally and with basketball knowledge and IQ and putting y'all in the right spots to be successful. He is there to do a job, and he's supposed to be the CEO of that team. The head coach has many hats. Yes, supporting you emotionally is one of those jobs, but it's not the only job.
Right.
He's supposed to be assessing your skills so he can put you in the right positions to be successful within his scheme, or he's supposed to change the scheme to fit the players he have on the team currently. So yes, you can say he gave you all the hugs and he ruffled your hair and braided your hair, and when one of your braids fell out, he braided it back in. That is cool. My mama would do that too. But my mom can't teach me how to bounce no doggone ball or none of that. So that means she ain't supposed to be no head coach. And it sounds like to me, she's just saying he was nice to them throughout this whole debacle. I guess when the daddy cussed them out, they really was hurt. That's what this tells me. So nobody can tell this team the truth. The daddy tried to tell them the truth. Angel tried to tell them the truth. Everybody done been silent. Never mind, I move on. Tony.
Uh-huh.
What you think of Michaela?
Michaela is Michaela, right?
She's trying to keep a spot. I get it.
Yeah, she's working herself to, in a way, not bring up what's going on and keeping herself relevant. Because again, remember, she's another one of those players whose contract is probably going to be open and is trying to find a home. They're all trying to find a home at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. And so this is the safest way that she can say things. However, She just said something again about her team, which she's done before in the past, just this season along, on things that they have not been able to come together and do within the realm of the game. So I'm going to say this. If every player can sit here and say stuff like that, then why can't Angel say what she said? Is it because she said something about a specific player, one specific player, and that's what makes this so bad, or whatever the case may be? However, Michaela is another one of those that needs to realize her position, what she's supposed to do, how she's supposed to perform, and where she's supposed to help out. We're saying a we as though as if, and how her explanation explains it. It explains it in a term where, well, yeah, we're not doing those things and we get lost, and some of us are faster and slower. Duh, you're faster, who's slower? Right? You have to pay attention to their words exactly. Watch, listen, really clear, and be very clear of their words on what they're saying, because they throw little jabs here and there too. But there's only one player that is not allowed in any way, form, or fashion to say anything negative about anybody at any given time. So these players do the same thing amongst themselves in these post interviews all the time, every single game that we've lost, even the ones that we've won. And if you look at every single one that Angel has been a part of, and something went wrong, she says she has to be better, what she's done wrong, what she needs to improve on. And then the one time she has a frustration and she just lets it all spill, it's a problem, as we can see. But however, yeah, Michaela, in this instance, when you hear what she's saying some of the same things without saying it bluntly.
Gotcha.
Then Angel is very, very particular about what she says. She say what she mean, and she mean what she say. And if she says it, she's going to say it right. And sometimes if it ruffle feathers, it ruffle feathers. It is what it is. We're adults. We're not children. And this is a profession. So.
I got you. Bro, Claude, what you took from Michaela's, I call it glazing, but what you take from it?
I didn't see it glazing at all.
Okay.
I saw it as Michaela Onawede has a relationship personally with Angel, which we already know. I see that she intentionally brought up Angel's name, and Angel didn't even play in this game, right?
Oh yeah, I was talking about glazing on the coach, really.
Yeah, she said she's talking about.
I wasn't talking about Angel.
Yeah, no, just here. So when she did that part, she also needs a home, like Tony said. And she's not a player, particularly of the last 2 years of her development have not been used to her ceiling, because I believe that Michaela Onawede, a rookie of the year as she was, has a higher ceiling on the way that she has been used on both years. Teaspoon didn't find that out till closer to the end of the year. That's Teaspoon's fault. Okay.
Right.
Teaspoon been admitted that. Okay. So we passed that. We understand that Teaspoon was, as any rookie coach like Tyler Marsh, we're trying to find out what the players can do and can't do.
Right.
But what Tyler Marsh does know, that Michaela Onawede is a 3. And he put her career at risk of trying to make her play a position that she was not comfortable in. She does not play it well, and she did not want to play it. Okay. So you got a person that is put inside of a situation of a catch-22. Me I'm able to put myself in that player's shoes because she's not Angel Reese. And all of us have to get out of the emotion of it all to understand that this young lady is not Angel. She does not have the NIL deals that Angel does. She does not have the endorsements that Angel does. She does not have the backing of all of the old school vets that is in Hall of Fame and all of the vets that are presently playing the game. She does not have that supporting cast in her in particularly. So if you're Michaela Alawede and you are your own brand, is that right? We talk about this all the time.
That's right.
You are your own brand. And her brand, some people brand rocket ship. Okay? Some people brand have to start from the mud. So in my case, you know what I mean? I know you brought up mama, but in my case, in the music business, I didn't have all of those things and amenities, and I didn't have big promotions and these people who spending the money and the machine. Taylor don't have a machine, right? Angel has a machine, bad or good, the way the machine works, because the bad that is put on Angel only elevated her, only made her even more known because they had tried to put him in a box as a villain, okay, which exalted her even more of a greater player that and a historian that she is. Michaela Alawede, they say, wait a minute, hold on. This is where I'm at. I am the side order of fries. I'm not the hamburger. I'm not the cheeseburger. I'm not the steak. I'm the potatoes on the side.
Right.
So she has to strategically go in and be informal. But what she did do, what I saw, she stood on business in saying what the team is not, if anybody caught it.
Yeah.
There's some are faster, some are slower. She still stood on business on saying and echoing in another formal way of putting it on a plate that you can give it to a person to eat it, not raw like Angel, of course, because she don't have that type of personality. That's one. That's two. And also, she don't have that type of power. You understand?
Yep.
So therefore, I am me personally. I am not mad at Michaela Alawede, and I don't see her as an opposition for Angel because she was also one of the ones, like Camila Cardoso, did not go to the press after everything was solved and put Angel name in the mud or agree with whatever was going on strategically for her because she wants to continue to be Angel friend. She didn't. She had Candace Parker hidden just like Angel did. She had whatever Angel did on those nights and those times. Angel talks about Michaela, and Michaela is always there, just like Camilla, to back up Angel. So now what we have, and I'm a land here. We have a separatism of youthful players and older players, and this is what I see on this team, which made it even harder, right, to jail, because you will have a Haley Van Lith who is faster than any of the players that was on the team. Any of them. Haley is faster than any of the players on that team, but she had to dummy down. Why? Because she had older players. That's one. She had players that was not competent from what she knows how to do. That's two. And then everyone on the team did not know their place from day one. So therefore, you got a Haley Van Lith on the bench. You got a Maddie Westbelt on the bench. Therefore, you did not get to see an Angel Reese in a top performance to be able to run with quicker, faster, and younger people, which we all on this panel wanted to see. So I agree with Michaela Alawede and what she did strategically for herself, because we only got 2 games to play, right?
Yep.
So after those 2 games, she cannot afford to blow up the room like
Right.
Angel, because she's not Angel. And
She's
we
not
have to
Angel.
remember that. I'm talking to the people out there that's in their feelings. I know that Keisha understands as an adult, and I know that Tony understands as an adult. But Michaela Alawede has to look out for self-preservation, which is in her right as a human being to protect her brand. And also, she don't know just from this, not with what Angel said, but from this performance of the entire team, where she's gonna land. And I land with that.
And I agree with everything you and Sister Tony had to say. So Pretty Tony had to say, but I would tell you this. All it did was solidify in my mind that she had to be a little disingenuous, even though with a guy who is putting her career at risk because he made her look terrible. I will land with, hold on.
I agree.
And as we proceed, as they say in the rap song,
Specimen number 3.
let's get to the last and final exhibit over here in the Law and Order reference of the said man who threw Michaela Onyenwere out there at the fold a couple times to deal with people like Asia Wilson. That's gonna listen to old Coach Marsh. Step up in the witness box. Step on up. Here we go.
$5 took part from the back issue. Was that something that acted up on her in pregame, or what was the situation that happened with that?
Yeah, she reported it to us during pregame, and so in conjunction with the medical staff, Angel and the medical staff, it was we wanted to be as cautious as possible. So that was the decision.
Is that something that you guys are worried about, consistently lingering on with her, just because there's only a few games left in the season?
Yeah, I think we got to gauge it day by day. Obviously, with 2 games remaining, I know Angel wants to be out there, and so we'll continue to work with her and our medical team and see what the best method of approach is moving forward.
15 boards from Camilla. It's just like she just paid a lot more attention to rebounding than maybe. She's always been a great rebounder, but I just feel like there's just this more focus on it from her.
Yeah, I think the pursuit has helped. She's not waiting for rebounds to come to her; she's seeking them out, and so I think that's been beneficial for her from a rebounding standpoint. It would have been nice to get her a few more looks, shot attempt wise, but she became more of a facilitator in that second half. And turnovers were an issue for us again today, but I think that was more so in the first half. I thought the second half we did a really good job of taking care of the ball, and so we just got to sustain that for 40 minutes.
You spoke on the turnovers. I asked the players about just what they thought was kind of the culprit behind the turnovers, and they mentioned, maybe different players playing at different paces. Would you agree with that assessment, or do you see that there's other things that make you happy to that?
Yeah, I think that throughout this season, it's been more so the pressure that's been applied by opposing defenses. I think tonight it was less about the pressure and more about we looked a little hesitant today. We looked at times I thought a couple of us were rushed, and at times I thought a couple of us could have played a little bit more urgent. And so I think we had a better balance of that in the second half, but early in that first half, it just we were a little bit out of rhythm and out of sync.
Do you think with Ariel being out and then Angel being out, that kind of throws people kind of off the sync or out of rhythm?
Sure. I think that it feels like that's kind of been the tale of this year, is when we feel like we've had a rhythm and somewhat consistency in chemistry. There's been another change to the lineup, and so that's something that to some degree every team deals with, and so we're not going to feel sorry for ourselves. But yeah, it certainly has an effect. It's one of the reasons why we wanted to get Sev in the starting lineup today, and add another ball handler out there, get Rachel off the ball a little bit more. And so I thought Sev did a decent job tonight. But yeah, to answer your question, I think it did impact a little bit.
I asked No, you go. I asked Michaela just about the aggressiveness, and when we talked to Angel pregame, she even talked about she's been encouraging Michaela to continue to be aggressive. We've been seeing her kind of be on a tear these last 3 or 4 games where she's really, really aggressive. And when I asked her where did she think that came from, it's just having this newfound kind of confidence. What do you think is a big part of that confidence that she's kind of displaying on the court right now?
I think up until today, she's been playing the majority of her minutes at the 3. I think earlier in the season, we've kind of experimented with her at the 3 and the 4. And we found that she's just a lot more comfortable at that 3. And so, even when it comes with limiting her minutes a little bit more, I think it puts her in more of a position that she feels comfortable at. And I think that she's felt a rhythm over the last, few weeks of the season to where she can really settle in and produce the way that she's been able to. Tonight we played her at the 4 a little bit in that second half just to kind of see what it would look like spreading their defense out. But all in all, I think Michaela's done a really good job of being aggressive and active on both ends of the floor.
You guys out of that half kind of started to get back into the game a little bit. What did you see there in that small stretch that was encouraging to you? I know the Pacers called the timeout pretty quick there, but what did you see?
Yeah, I think it was again we came out very hesitant, and so I think that that was the messaging at halftime of look, we were down double digits the first time we played this team in Chicago, and we were able to come back and take the lead at home, and so I didn't want them to get discouraged by being down. I think it was 13 at the half, and understanding where we were falling short and what corrections we could make, and I thought we came out with the right level of focus and energy in that second half. And even when Vegas started to go on a run, we were able to kind of bounce back from it. And so in that second half.
There was a play where Jackie hit a big shot, and I think she kind of looked in your direction. Did
Yeah.
she actively trash talk you during the game?
Yes, all the time. But that's the relationship that we got. I mean, it's something that was prevalent in practice, workouts, what have you. So, but no, she had another great game today, and she's been unbelievable this season. I thought that Michaela did a good job of getting into her body and protecting it. Sometimes great players make great plays at times, and so. But yeah, that's Jack.
Camilla, one of the things with her game that I've seen her kind of take that next step in is her putting the ball on the deck and driving and being aggressive. We saw that when she made scoring over Asian. Just that's something that Courtney and the staff, obviously yourself, have been working with her, just kind of instilling a little bit more of that aggressiveness.
Michaela or Maddie? Camilla. Okay. Yes, we want her to. I thought she did a really good job in that first half of attacking space. And that's kind of been a big part of our communication too with her, is being able to feel confident in those areas. If you're not going to take that mid-range shot, then you gotta absorb the space. You got to create some sort of advantage getting downhill. And I think that it serves to her advantage because she's such a great passer. And so the more that she can be aggressive, getting it downhill and getting into the paint, drawing defenses, the more she'll be able to read on whether or not she's got the advantage at scoring or being able to facilitate. And so that's definitely been a point of emphasis, and she's done a great job of adding that element to her game.
Coach, thanks.
Thanks, guys.
I'm going to start off and just say how unserious of an organization and coaching staff the Chicago Sky is. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. Last game, when Angel was suspended because of the 8 technical foul, he started Maddie Westbell, who hadn't played since heck had puppies, as my grandmother used to say. He started Maddie Westbell at the 4, and E. Will came off the bench. Maddie Westbell played maybe 10, 11 minutes. I can't remember what it was, but E. Will ended up playing 32 minutes. This game, Maddie Westbell's out of the starting lineup. E. Will starts this game. He starts Uzan this game, alongside Rachel Banner, Michaela Onyewerri, E. Will, and Camila Cardoso. So then he also talks about Michaela. It was an experiment with her with 3 or 4, blah, blah, blah. And he wanted to get Rachel Bannum off the ball because, give her a little reprieve. So he wanted to get Sev out there because Ariel Atkins was out the game and blah, blah, blah. Then he also talked about Camila Cardoso and her aggressiveness and sucking up space and driving to the basket and being aggressive when she was around the basket. I'm trying to figure out Tyler Marsh. Uzan was supposed to be a point guard. You didn't have a point guard. You went down the stretch of game after game after game with Rachel Bannum being a point guard. But today, when Angel is suspended, Uzan is a starting point guard today, and Rachel slides to the 2. And to the last game, Maddie Westbell, after 3 or 4 games, 5 games, I don't know how many games, she just set up $5 self over there to the left. She started. But today, I guess, Will is the starter for the same position. When, look, Bro Claude will tell you that he's not really a big fan of Will. But he know Will probably should have started at the 4 if you just gonna do it based off of veteran leadership, so you can at least show Maddie Westbell the ropes. And the other thing that was clear to me is about Camila Cardoso. I need to know, Tyler Marsh, when did you tell Camila Cardoso to stop waiting for balls to just magically fall into her lap for a rebound? When did you tell her to be aggressive and go get rebounds? When did you tell her to go be aggressive and take that thing down the lane? She's 6'7". Because in the last, I'll say 8 to 9 games, Camila Cardoso rebounds have went up and she has started to be more aggressive. Camila Cardoso strikes me as a player that you got to actually tell her what to do. She do what you tell her to do. So at what point in between all of these experiments you was doing, did you talk to Camilla? Did you just throw Maddie Westbell out there to get because you was mad at Will last game? I'm speculating. And now you're not mad at Will. And then what you suddenly realized today that Rachel Bannum wasn't a point guard? I'm confused, Tyler. So now you wanted to see how Rachel Bannum do off ball when we've been telling you she's just a catch and shoot player anyway. And Michaela, all of a sudden, you see that she has confidence at playing at the 3. This all happened in this press conference, y'all. He addressed all the shit we've been saying for 40 games. And I'm just trying to understand, at what point did the light bulb go off? Go ahead, Tony.
I don't know when that light bulb went off. It only flickers 2 ways, up or down, right?
Yeah.
If it's a string, you pull it once, turn it on. You pull it again, it turns it off. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler has not gotten it, and he still hasn't. He's still not going to get it in with 2 games left.
No.
We know that he's not going anywhere. That's what they say. I mean, we'll see. End of the season is almost here. It will be the end of the season right after that buzzer sounds, after that 4th quarter on the 11th of this month. That right there will speak volumes as to what's next for Chicago Sky.
Mm-hmm.
They say that he's coming back. I mean, that's the rumor.
That is the rumor.
That they're going to give him another opportunity. That, of course, they didn't give Spoon. But again, I digress.
Yeah, we do.
But if he didn't get it this whole season, I don't see how he's going to get it next season, unless he was just bullshitting us this year because he knew he didn't have the team. I don't know. I would think that someone or a coach would not play dumb all year in regards to the team or the type of players he have or what he needed to get out of those players throughout the time that he's had them than what he has performed as a coach. Angel, all the rest of them, don't be so hard on Marsh. Well, he's a coach, isn't he? He took the job and said that he could do it. Well, and I'm going to go to this here. I pulled this up. For the coaches they've had since 2021, team went 16-16 in 2021. In 22, they went 26-10. They recruited some people, right? And they made it work.
Right.
And they went wet. So, right. We go to 23. And what in the world happens because the players you had are gone?
Yeah, they left.
You go 18-22. 24, which is last year, your two Twin Towers, your recruits coming in to bring something, a new spark, and you go 13-27. Is declining. And this year, you're what? You're 10-32?
Somewhere around up in there, yeah.
You're 10-32. And you're damn near at the bottom of the totem pole. Luckily, Dallas just haven't won but 9 games. And they're 9-34. You're 10-32. You have 2 more games. And I would love to be optimistic, but I'm gonna tell it what it is. You're gonna lose those 2 games, so it's just gonna end the season as 10-34, which is you're only gonna be 1 game up from Dallas. So you still finish last in my book. If you ain't in the playoffs, you finish last to me. So he didn't get it. The lies were lies. People believed him in the beginning because we wanted to, because we wanted to give him the opportunity to think about what he recruited. And maybe, like they said, on paper, they look good.
Right.
You said it best. On paper, the stats look damn good for each and every last one of those players that you recruited. But as she said, look at the Velks. The Velks secured a 6th spot in the playoffs. And they too had players nobody wanted, but that coach made it work. That coach knew what she was doing and knows what she's doing. They're going to give whoever they play in the playoffs hell.
Yep.
Because they play from start to finish. They take no plays off. And every player plays hard the same. They get out there and they run and they gun. If you got old legs, guess what? And you're on that team, you're going to run and gun, or you're going to sit on that bench next to Natalie. Natalie going to put you on that bench, and that's where you're going to stay. So there's no excuses for the way Chicago looks right now at all. I don't care how old you are. You say you want to play and you make a roster and you get a roster spot, then you are expected to run and gun with these young ones. And I'm going to say it 100 times over. This league is changing where it is a fast-paced game and everybody got to move. If you are a veteran and you can't get up and down the floor, you might as well go in and hang them up.
I agree.
Young ones are going to tear you up from the frame. Look at Washington. Sid trying 10. I mean, who's going to stop her right now? Freaking Airfin lighting them up down there. These girls are quick. They're physical and quick. They're not just out here to play games. They came in this league. They want a ball. They want to get it done. And coaches like Tyler and whoever you are, if you are going to coach one of these teams in the WNBA, you have to bring your A game as a coach. I don't want to hear no more about, their rookie or their training coach, they just got here. If you become a head coach, I am expecting a lot out of you, as do everyone else. You have got to perform as a coach. I'm not hearing them all there. First year coach, we're going to give them grace. Forget a damn grace. Because even in your conversations that you're having in these post interviews, don't sound like diddly. You bullshitting on top of bullshitting. And you can't bullshit a bullshitter.
Mm-hmm.
That's just that. And I'm going to land right there.
Bro Cleasy, what you think of old Tyler to the Marsh and his comments, his soliloquies?
I hate a soft ass person. People that are lions don't like gazelles. They eat them for lunch. They eat them for dinner. And they don't even bother with them for breakfast because it's an easy catch.
Yep.
We are talking about total chaos. We are talking about total chaos. The definition of chaos refers to a state of complete disorder and confusion in a common usage. In a scientific context, the theory describes it complexly. When a situation lacks order, structure, or control, it can be described as chaotic. You didn't have a handle on the shit that they hired you for. Because they put a coach with you in hiring and putting Courtney Vandersloot on this team, who is a year or two older than you. They plan to have and hire and bring on a player coach to this team because these people runs a restaurant in a basketball organization. There's no other type of theory. There's no other type of complete type of soliloquy that I could come up with than someone like you, Tyler Marsh, who takes 40 games to try to figure out what Michaela Adewale is. And you didn't read her resume enough, study it enough, look at enough film when she was on the Phoenix fucking Sun. You didn't look at what she was able to see. I know this, and nobody on the panel has brought that fact up. She was under Dana Taurasi. Dana Taurasi wants any and every player that was on her team to do their job. And do their job in their position correctly. This is not just any old person who has not been around. Angel Reese is a winner. Camila Cardoso is a winner. Courtney Vandersloot is a winner. But she's an old winner.
She's had her time.
She is now a broken ACL. A tire is flat on her car. What the hell? What the hell? You brought someone who has been demoted on a top team to the bench to lead a team that is supposed to be in contention of a playoff run. See, smoke and mirrors is what my main man K-Sap say. And shout out to K-Sap, because this is an extension, a Simply Ball Dropping podcast with my main man K-Sap. Thank you for the network, K-Sap. We all appreciate it. And we here on this panel work as a team and not in chaotic, because Keisha does what she do. Tony does what she does. Duvall does what he do. And the boss man is in his place of order and instructions. But I have a fine, feisty way as a rebounder, as one that put his hands in the mud, that's going to shoot the shit straight. I don't like to play checkers. I love to play chess because it's the battle of the mind. And you, Tyler Marsh, did not go to this game as a warrior, as someone who can stand for your players. Angel Reese was suspended by the league because your ass didn't stand up, because your ass didn't get in her way, because you didn't take the time to pull her arm and say, nope, I'm going to take this.
Right.
Tyler Marsh, what a weak leader, and what a tangle web you weave with you, Jeff Pagliosha. The Pink Panther is alive. We want him fired. I don't want to go back and forth. And guess what? Nadia Rollison and Michael Alter, you might want to think about selling the team because you're looking real crazy right about now. Sell the team. And I'm saying this at the end of my soliloquy. We will promote on this Players Club to go and boycott the Chicago Sky if they're not right with Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso and Michaela Alawede and the two rookies to give them a fighting chance and get rid of Jack Pagliosha. We will not come and watch another game. I'm standing on business like Angel in our land.
Well, y'all, we about to get out of here. And in the words of my girl, Angel, God damn, they just want to hoop. Why don't y'all get? They just want to hoop.
Just want to hoop. I want to be competitive, but I want to hoop.
Why don't y'all work all that other stuff out and just let these girls just worry about hooping?
Yep.
And stop all that backbiting and power struggling. And who is who? I want to be the face. I'm Jeff P. No, I don't want. Stop all that. Them girls just want to hoop.
Tobacco. Confusion.
They just want to hoop. Look cute doing it. Look cute doing it. And
one thing you won't do is shut Angel up.
No.
You won't do it. You can try it, P. You won't do it.
Now, if you want a company woman, you should trade her. Because she is not one of them. Gonna never fit into that mold with y'all. That's not her personality. She
is not one of them.
Chicago Sky. If you want a company woman, if that's what you want,
she's an advocate.
You just got the wrong person. But we about to get up out of here. Thank y'all for rocking with us. Hit the like button as you walk out the door.
Hit it.
Also, when I drop this video, please leave us comments. We will respond. I love y'all. Thank you, panel, for being here with me. Chicago Sky. What we out of here, look, he got his glasses on today, y'all. He out here looking.
He want to match me, that's all.
You looking studious.
And hair grease.
Love and peace. Players.
Hit the like button. And guess what, Keisha? We also got to give love to Underdog Fantasies.
Oh, yeah. Look, let me run it. Let me hit it. Because y'all look, it's football time.
Underdog Fantasies is the best way to do play-by-play fantasy sports. Let me tell you about the simplest way to get in some WNBA, NBA action. Find players, pick higher or lower, and win some extra cash. Pick between 2 to 5 players to fill out your pick'em entry. Get every pick right and win some much-needed cash. Use promo code CLUBCK and receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash.
Now that it's football time, follow Players Club with Claude and Keisha as I, Devon, share my picks. Pick your player, choose your amount, win money. Make picks, win cash.
Thanks, Underdog Fantasy, for the partnership with us. And thank you for using promo codes CLUBCK on Underdog Fantasy. Hey, y'all. We rolling out the club. It's late. I done drunk all I can drink. I love y'all. Peace and hair grease. All
Love,
right,
peace, and hair grease.
all
Love
right.
y'all.